What is up, veterans, military? Hey, back again with another banger. Today we're going to be talking about hypertension and how to get it service connected secondary to PTSD. Hey, if you like this type of content, y'all know what to do. I ain't got to keep telling y'all, do I? Now, let's get into it. Alright, so first of all, we're going to be talking about hypertension. And this is the CFR 38 Schedule of Ratings Manual. Percentages as well as the definition. Alright, so for 10%... Alright, so for 10% rating, you're going to need a diastolic pressure of predominantly over 100 and a systolic pressure of over 160 or more. 20%, hey, same thing, but you're going to need 110% or more for diastolic, 200 or more for systolic. 40%, they're only looking at your diastolic pressure being at 120 or more, 60% diastolic pressure being over 130 or more most of the time. Now, getting into the next slide. Hey, this is the M21 Adjudication Manual reference to look up how the VA is going to rate your claims for hypertension secondary to or direct cases. The citation links to a case for a veteran that I'll discuss later. The veteran, he went in, he tried to get GERD and hypertension secondary to PTSD, and the veteran won. So now, a lot of causations of hypertension. One of the most prevalent is going to be medication that you're taking for PTSD. Second, it's going to be chronic stress and anxiety. Dieting and eating. Like if you're not eating healthy meals, you're just eating fast food or, snacks around here in the house. It's going to contribute to that. That high blood pressure growing up like that. The lack of exercise as well as weight gain. And all these taken into consideration. Whenever you submit this claim, make sure you submit it with a personal statement to capture your symptomology if it's not being captured by your primary care provider, as well as it prepares you for that C&P exam. So when you go in there, you talk to the examiner, everything is ready. Even if it's not, hey, print out everything you submitted for that claim. Paper in hand, got my DBQ, got my diagnosis, got my medical evidence, got my statements. I am ready to go. Let's go. My statements and my medical evidence captures symptoms related to a percentage in order to get VA benefits. Now, there's two types of hypertensive vascular disease defined in the CFR 38. The first one is going to be hypertension, which pretty much is elevated blood pressure. Predominantly or more than often, it's going to be higher than 90. Be best bet, it's going to be higher than 100. The second one is going to be isolated systolic blood pressure. It's pretty much higher than 160. Now, going in there, once you go into your doctor, you're taking this medication, it's going to be like, hey, your levels are going to be higher than usual. So this goes into the second criterion that the VA looks for when adjudicating claims for hypertension, whether it be on a direct or a secondary basis. Pretty much after you've established that you have a diagnosis and your diastolic and your systolic blood pressure ratings meet the criteria. So whenever you go into, you submit your claim, the VA is looking on 3 separate occasions that your blood pressure readings were higher than what is needed in order to get service connected. However, with that caveat, whenever you go into the C&P exam, they're going to take your readings. It's going to be all in one day. Not sure if it's going to be all in one sitting. However, they're going to take 3 readings in the same day. So they may schedule for a morning, afternoon, and an evening examination. Just so you can come in and give your blood pressure to ensure that your diastolic and your systolic blood pressure is reading the same over the charts. Hey, give me my percentage, right? Well, as on a side note, if you're a veteran or an active duty member who is trying to seek direct service connection for hypertension, check your medical records. There could be instances in which you have diastolic and systolic blood pressure readings that meet the criteria if you already have a diagnosis of hypertension or isolated systolic hypertension. Now, check your records, build that medical evidence, put in your claim, be educated. Don't be ignorant whenever you're going into these C&P exams as well as getting into the VA claims process. So with that being said, now let's get back to the reference that I quoted to a case. The United States Court of Appeals for Veteran Claims. He had a claim. He had GERD and hypertension secondary to PTSD. He submitted his claim. He was initially denied. He submitted his claim for a higher level review. Denied. Submitted it to the court. Okay, now he's in court. He's fighting his battle. I don't know why it took that long for the courts to realize that the veteran was saying, hey, these CMP examiners are not looking at my medical evidence, and they're not providing a rationale to combat all the medical literature that his doctors, the veteran's doctor, submitted on his behalf when he submitted this claim for GERD and hypertension, mainly due to the medication he was taking for PTSD. As soon as he started taking PTSD, the veteran noted that he was experiencing GERD as well as hypertension, high blood pressure, as well as this is causing him, stress eat because of the medication. Not working out anymore, not dieting, just eating whatever he can. I'm not sure what kind of job he has because it doesn't say. However, this veteran went in, identified, this CMP examiner was not looking at the medical evidence, as well as they could not provide a rationale or medical literature against medication or psychiatric medication that veterans are taking for PTSD against it causing hypertension, GERD, and other disabilities that veterans seek, and as well as common people or civilians. My bad, not common folk. The veteran, I couldn't find that the veteran was still in the appeals process. I'm going to say the veteran got it, because if he was denied, that same case will be on the board of veteran appeals on their website under search. Do all this research. Just for y'all. If you got any questions, leave a comment down below. If you are a veteran who are trying to seek hypertension secondary to PTSD or any other mental health disability that you're getting VA treatment or just treatment for, and you're trying to build medical evidence, let me know down in the comments. Let's get some dialogue, see what you're doing, see how you're going through, see if you need some help. This is D-Bo out. Until next time, you know what to do. Check out the other videos.